What's up guys, Chris from TheCubicle here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Yuxin HuangLong, Yuxin's new flagship 3x3. This is the successor to the cube that was used to set the 5.25 3x3 world record single by Colin Burns in 2015. The HuangLong is the latest flagship from Yuxin, and it comes in at $17.99 for the stock version and $24.99 for the magnetic version. At the time of making this video, the only types of plastic available are black and stickerless. This cube measures in at 55.5 millimeters across, and the magnetic version weighs just under 75 grams, while the non-magnetic weighs just a few grams less. This makes the HuangLong the lightest flagship on the market right now. For the exterior, we have squared off corners and crescent edges with a rounded center, leaving fairly large holes. You can actually see the corner stalks through the holes. The stickerless shades on this cube are very nice. It comes with a bright red and a medium blue, giving the cube a very nice appearance. The stickerless version also features smooth, polished plastic, which is very easy to grip. The interior design of the cube features these small weighted balls to alter the feel of the cube. These can be inserted by placing the ball into the little holder at the tip of the corner piece. The ball increases angular momentum or its resistance to stop turning for each turn. If you feel like the cube overturns too much, you can take out the weighted balls and see if that helps. As far as the rest of the interior goes, it features primary internals, lots of grooves and steps on the pieces, very thin plastic, and no slots for magnets. The magnets are just glued in place. One of the things that is immediately noticeable on this cube is the speed. This is definitely the fastest flagship on the market at the moment. After setup, this cube is still very fast and gains a very smooth and plush feel.
And the end slices are good.
This cube has quite a flexy feel in comparison to other cubes on the market, but it still manages to stay very stable. Corner cutting is over 45 for regular cuts and line to line for reverse cuts. Smaller cuts are also very effortless to perform. But you probably already knew that. The HuangLong's greatest strengths may also double as its weakness. While the cube is fast, some rough turners may find it uncontrollable to use. The cube's lack of weight may also be suboptimal for aggressive turners. Now we're going to do a little comparison to the Yuxin Little Magic. From a turning perspective, the HuangLong is more buttery smooth and stable. The Little Magic in comparison is a lot crunchier and more harsh. This may be due to the HuangLong's primary internals. Polished exterior of the HuangLong makes it much easier to grip compared to the frosted Little Magic. Now you may notice that these cubes are pretty similar in mechanism, but there are a few differences which you can observe here. The HuangLong edge has fewer steps along its side, but the step it does have juts out more aggressively relative to the shape of the general piece. The edge also features a thinner torpedo. The HuangLong corner has a fatter base and shorter stock. Lastly, the squared off protrusion of the HuangLong is more pronounced, which may give it more flexibility when corner cutting. Now on the center and core, like its edge, the HuangLong's core has fewer steps in comparison to the Little Magic's. Another thing to note is that in many places the plastic of the HuangLong is slightly thinner. To put it in the context of other flagships, we think the HuangLong has a lot of similarities in feel to the Bulk Power and GTS2, but it does have its very own unique feel. The HuangLong is naturally the fastest cube in the current collection of flagship and also the lightest. The cube's feel and combination of features makes it highly competitive against other flagships today. Now that we've taken a look at the cube, let's hear a word from our testers.
Hey everyone, this is Phil. The Yuxin HuangLong is a great 3x3 in my book. At first I noticed I had to adopt a slightly more careful turning style in order to avoid overturning. After adapting my approach a little, the cube became easy to maneuver and control. I feel like this cube rewards careful and deliberate turning. When I'm turning well, I get good times. One thing that makes this cube good for me is heavier lubes. Naturally, this cube is very quick. Heavier lubes help create a better balance, keeping the cube reasonably fast without excessive overturning, and helping solidify an otherwise flimsy M-slice. Overall, this is a great flagship from Yuxin that I think will really suit lighter turners. This cube competes well with other big flagships, especially considering the price. Well done, Yuxin.
What's up? Damien here. Let me start off by saying that this is easily the best 3x3 that Yuxin has ever produced. However, out of the box, it is extremely fast, almost to the point of being uncontrollable. But over the course of the last week, I've adapted to the feel and speed of the puzzle and learned to control it a bit better. One thing that I did do though was remove the weights. And while the actual weight increase is minimal, removing them significantly changes the performance. I think that the weights added with the intention to increase the angular momentum of each turn does not make much sense in such a fast puzzle. Removing them drastically reduced the amount of overshooting I was experiencing. But overall, I really like this puzzle and think it's a huge step forward for Yuxin. Its smooth and stable feel puts it on par with other flagship 3x3s, and I think it will be received well by intermediate and top solvers alike.
What's up guys, this is Chris. When I first got the Yuxin HuangLong, I was pretty excited to try it out. The first thing I noticed, and every single person is going to notice this when they get the cube, is that it's extremely fast. It's fast out of the box, it's fast after you lube it, it's fast just all the time. I tried using a ton of weight 5 in mine, silk, and gravitas. Gravitas did help slow it down quite a bit, but I'm noticing that it's starting to speed back up again. So this is definitely a very fast cube, and I really want to be able to use it, but I can tell that the speed of this cube is definitely going to be an issue for me. If I can find a way to work around that, I think it'll be pretty decent for me, but the speed right now is just too fast and I find myself overshooting a lot, even after removing the ball bearings. One other thing I do want to note is that within the first couple hours of having mine, a magnet did fall out of my cube. It hasn't happened since, and I've done a couple hundred more solves on it, so maybe I just got kind of unlucky with that one, but maybe something to be aware of. I also find that the magnet strength in this cube is very good. I think they did a really good job with it. It's not too strong and it's not too light. I think it is a little bit on the lighter side in my opinion, but I think they did a really good job with the magnet strength in this cube. This is definitely the best magnetic cube that you can buy for $25. Absolutely amazing cube, and I think a lot of people are gonna absolutely love it.
What's up everyone, Kevin Hayes here. I've been using the Yuxin HuangLong 3x3 for a couple of months now and I'm really enjoying the puzzle. Yuxin is known for the raw speed of their puzzles and the HuangLong 3x3 is no different. The first thing you'll notice out of the box is that it's completely effortless to turn and probably the smoothest cube I've ever used. After tightening the cube a bit and adding some lubrical silk, I found that the cube was still lightning fast, but I was able to control it. However, in general as a cuber, I tend to prefer the faster, less controllable cubes, so I imagine others are going to want to use some gummier or heavier lubes to get it to their liking. I've been using this cube off and on as my main for the past couple of months now, and I used it to win Heartland Champs in March, and I've set my personal best unofficial average to 12 with a time of 7.39 seconds on the cube. I definitely think this is going to contend as one of the best cubes in the market, and I think it's going to really especially appeal to those who enjoy raw speed and that really smooth buttery feeling. That's it for our review. If you do try this cube, we hope that you enjoy. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.